Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Bosch Dishwasher Water Inlet Valve. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new water inlet valve. The water inlet valve is what lets the water into the dishwasher. The main reason you'd be changing it out is if the solenoid has failed and it's either letting too much water into the dishwasher, not letting enough in, or the body could be clogged and causing a slow fill and it fills even when the dishwasher isn't on. The other reason is if the body is damaged and you're getting water on the floor. To get to the water inlet valve, we're going to have to take off the kick plate. We're going to use our Torx 15 driver to remove the screws. Now that you have the screws out, you can grab it by the edge and tilt it down and out so you can pull it out the front. Now that we have the kick plate off, we can take the water valve out. We're going to use our Torx 15 driver to remove the screws so we can pull the whole assembly out. Now that we have the screws out, we can pull the water valve out so we can disconnect everything from it. Now that we have the valve off, we can put a towel down to catch any water that might be coming out. And then we can remove the ground wire. These little wire connectors have locking tabs right here. This one we can get off with a screwdriver, but the upper ones you might have a harder time doing. So what you have to do is make sure that you press on that tab with your finger while you're sliding it off. So you really can't see it, but you got to get in there and press that little button right there. Now we can remove the wires from the solenoid. These have the locking tabs on them too. And just remember where your wires went. On this unit, the purple one's on the left and the blue and red one's on the right. All right, so make sure you press on that tab and then push the wires off that way. Now that we have those wires off, we can take our pliers and remove the clamp from the water line. Now that we have the hose clamp up past the bump in the water line, we can pull the water line off the valve. If you have to use a small screwdriver to get it free, you can. Now that we have the hose off the water inlet valve, we can pull it out so we can disconnect the water line. Now that we have everything off the valve, we can use our 5/8 inch wrench and take off the water line. Once you get it loose, you can probably turn it by hand. Here's the old water inlet valve next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. They did kind of change the position of the solenoid, but you're going to put the wires back in the same place. We also have to change this fitting and put it onto the new one. So we're going to use our 11/16 inch wrench. Once you have it loose, you can unscrew it, and then we can clean all the old sealant off of it. And you can put some new Teflon tape on it, or you can use some pipe dope and fill in all the threads so we get a good seal. Once you have them filled up, we can put it into the new valve and tighten it down. And you want to make sure that the outlet where the water line hooks up points in the same direction it was, so it makes the water line easier to hook up. Now that we have that on, we can put it back in the dishwasher. We can hook up the water line. You can tighten it out as much as you can with your fingers. And then we're going to use our 5/8 inch wrench to tighten it up so it doesn't leak. Now we can hook up the hose on the other end of the water inlet valve. Once we have the hose all the way down against the valve, right here, we can grab our pliers and move the clamp down. Now that we have it connected, we can hook up the wires. As we said before, they did change the position of the solenoid, so we're going to put the blue and red one here and the purple one on the other side. Last thing we have to do before we push it back in place is hook up the grounding wire. Now that we have that in, we can put the valve back into its place. They did change the solenoid to this position instead of on the top, so you're going to have to lift it up and get it at an angle and push it in. Now we can use our Torx 15 driver and put the screws back in. Alright, now that we have the valve in and mounted, you probably want to run a load of water through this to make sure there's no leaks coming from here, and then we can put the kick plate back on. All you have to do is feed it up in there at an angle and push it up against the base of the machine so the holes are lined up, and then we can use our Torx 15 driver to put the screws back in. Now that you're done repairing the appliance, you can plug it back in, turn the water back on, and give it a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.